So we got some pretty cool, exciting news about royalties in the streaming market. If you've been getting royalties from streaming services, or you've heard me speak about it a few times, you probably know they're not that impressive right now. Let's just say it that way. You're probably earning pennies, maybe dollars at the most, but you really don't see a lot of income from the streaming services out there. Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, Disney, and all that kind of stuff. But I've always thought that it will get better as time goes on. I know it doesn't look great right now, and obviously streaming and internet-based content is the future. We can kind of all feel at some point, having to wait till 5 p.m. to watch a show is kind of over. And, it might be a decade or two before we really kind of see that sort of completely die off. There will be sort of some people probably in older generations that are just never cutting their cable and they're just going to keep it till they're dead, right? But I think I've always thought that, like, even though it seems bleak now, there is hope. There will be a sort of a growing of the sharing of the pie for us composers, because let's be honest, like, our music and our talents that we lend to this industry really improve, the quality and the emotional impact of a TV show or a movie or a commercial. So I've always felt that our value would be at some point increased as we got further into the future. And this is definitely a step in that direction. So ASCAP is expanding its royalty premium payment plan, which we'll talk about what that is, for music in top stream shows on online streaming services. Let's just go through this. I'll explain to you, hopefully clearly, what the change is and why it's a step in the right direction for us composers. As more and more consumers subscribe to online direct-to-consumer audiovisual platforms, ASCAP is immediately expanding its existing TV premium payment plan, that's what we're going to focus on, to include eligibility for top stream shows on major over-the-top OTT streaming services. And OTT services are just like what I said before: Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, Apple, Disney, and all that kind of stuff. They're going to be changing and renaming this TV premium payment plan. So what is that? Well, they explain it right here. These expanded eligibility requirements for premium payments ensure that ASCAP composers, songwriters, and music publishers are also eligible for premium bonus payments for the top stream shows and movies on these services, in addition to continuing to get paid for top-rated series on cable and broadcast. So the traditional TV market, if you had a top-rated show, a placement on there, certainly a jingle, a premium featured placement, you would get sort of bonus payments for being in a very, very popular show with a lot of viewers, a lot of advertising revenue. They were basically rewarding, kind of like you sort of hit a home run, essentially, right? But they were not including that for, let's say, Tiger King, right? Something on a streaming service that just blew up, had all these viewers looking at it, had so much attention to it, pretty much was a top-rated show for a long time, and this changes every month, essentially. There's always some new series or a documentary or a movie that really just takes the entire world by storm, goes viral. So if you happen to get a song on one of those shows, they're now going to be including these premium bonus payments for those, which is really, really cool. Now, how much is that? I don't know, because I've never actually seen one of these on one of my royalty checks. So it's it would be great if I did see it one day. That'd be really cool, and maybe I will one day. But, without even having that, I've still been able to do very, very well in this business and get full-time income. But this is just a cool thing to just see that some companies, especially ASCAP here, is deciding to extend their the share of the pie to those of us that are really contributing to this kind of thing. So that's really cool. They had other things. They're basically kind of talking about the sort of the trend that's been going on, especially since the pandemic has accelerated it, is the cord cutting phenomenon. People kind of switching over. Of course, we all know that's been happening. This was the other kind of bigger development. In further expansion of the premium payment plan, ASCAP will also add Univision and Unimas networks to its existing broadcast TV premiums, recognizing the growing market for Spanish language programs. So before, if you got placements on a hit show on those two networks, you wouldn't see this bonus, but now you will. So that's also really cool. So I know a few of you guys have gotten a little bit more into the Spanish market, so that should be maybe hopeful news for you. So again, I always like to share these kind of positive things, this positive development about what's happening in this business. This does not mean that everything's rosy. It does not mean that you'll be, raking in tons and tons of money from all these streaming services now. But when you get a win, you got to celebrate it, right? When you see somebody going in the right direction, especially kind of fighting for you, and that's really what BMI and ASCAP are doing for us, you want to give them some positive feedback. I'm not a member with ASCAP now. I'm a member with BMI, and I'm a very, very happy member of BMI. But I have to always recognize if somebody's, doing something on our behalf and doing something to, empower us as composers. Like, I love it. I really love ASCAP for doing this. I hope, BMI maybe takes notice of this and does something similar, or at least takes some sort of a step to sort of expand the pie a little bit for us more in the streaming market, because, that is the future of this industry. And if the royalties don't significantly grow, you will just see a lot of producers not jumping into this business as much. They'll say, well, there's not enough money to make full-time living. I got to find other outlets that I can do it. And so you will see this market actually really suffer. I really do think you'll see these streaming services suffer because they won't have the music that they used to have, the really high quality music from people like you and I. So that's what I want to share with you guys. If you guys want to check out the link, I put it in the description box below. So keep on producing that great, awesome music. We'll see you guys soon.